just now we understood how the South Africa Constitution was designed. Now let us come to India, how Indian Constitution was designed, how Indian Constitution was drawn up. Let us discuss in detail about. So my dear students, all the countries that have constitutions are not necessarily democratic. That means all the countries no need of having their own constitution. But the countries which are democratic, should have constitution. Democratic countries are there in the world. So for democratic countries, constitution is very, very necessary. Where kingship government is there, they can have or cannot have. But democratic governments, so they must have a written constitution. After the War of Independence against Great Britain, the Americans gave themselves a constitution. In the world, for the first time, Americans had started the writing a written constitution, my dear children. Americans were the first people who gave themselves written constitution. After that, French Revolution is studied. So after the French Revolution, French people also, they developed their own constitution. After that, every democratic nations, they started having their own written constitution. It became the practice for all the democratic nations. My dear children, so writing to Indian constitution, it was not so easy. Like South Africa, so Indian constitution framers, they have got so many problems. So it was not so easy to write the constitution. Why? Because India, very well, it is a country of diversity. Here, so almost all the religious people are living. Here, more than 1,500 language spoken people are there. Area to area, diversity is there. Such a huge and a diverse country, writing constitution, not so easy, my dear children. That was one of the problem they faced, the constitution framers. And moreover, the people of India were just emerging from the status of subjects to citizens. When we got freedom to India, until then the people, they treated themselves as just an ordinary subject people. Now after getting freedom to India, so they became the citizens. Most of them, they were uneducated. They were not well aware about the documents, rules and regulations. So with them, preparing constitution was not so easy. The country was born to a partition. One more very big problem happened when they started writing the constitution. At the same time, when we got freedom to the India, so India was divided into Pakistan and India. So to write an Indian constitution, in 1946 itself, a constitution assembly was framed. Now the constitution assembly was also divided. So some of the members of the constitution assembly came to the India. Some of the members of the constitution assembly, they went to Pakistan. In Indian constitution assembly, totally, so there were 299 members left. Yes. And another problem they faced. Here one question they were repeatedly asking. What were the difficulties constitution framers faced in the beginning? That was I am discussing. The another one point, so British while giving constitutions to Indians, they gave princely states full freedom. In India, more than 500 rulers were there. They have given the constitution, freedom to India. But the princely states rulers, they have given full freedom. They could join either India, or they could go to the Pakistan, or they could continue their rule as independent rulers, how they were ruling as earlier. In this way, princely states, they were given full freedom, uniting these princely states, so these princes, it was a very difficult task. Then another problem, when the constitution was being written, the future of the country did not look as secure as does today. Today India is secured, safe. But by the time, it was not like that. Utter confusion was there in that country, in our country. The makers of the constitution had got a lot of anxieties and about the present and future of the country. Yes, of course, our constitution frameworks, they had got some of the advantages also. What were the advantages? Number one, consensus about democracy. Not like South Africa. Actually, South African people, did not dream about the formation, about the building of democratic country. But in our country, it was not like that. Through the struggle itself, freedom movement itself, our Indians aim to, after getting freedom to India, they wanted to bring a democratic government. In this way, large number of leaders and people, they have got consensus about democracy. Okay, it was evolved among the Indians through freedom struggle itself. Our national movement was not merely a struggle against the foreign rule. Our movement, it was not against just foreign rule. It was also a struggle to rejuvenate our country and to transform our society, transform our politics into modern, democratic. Yes, so in this way, some of the advantages were there, some of the disadvantages were there for the constitution framers. Now, so many factors helped for the constitution framers to write one of the very good constitution for India. So many factors helped. Number one, so what were the factors helped? Number one, Motilal Nehru Constitution. You know very well Motilal Nehru, he was the father of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He was very active in the Indian national movement. Their whole family was very actively participated in the Indian national movement. Motilal Nehru, so when he was in the freedom struggle, so he drafted one constitution for India in 1928 itself. 1928 itself he drafted constitution and submitted to the British government and requested British government to accept it. As usually, British government rejected. And another one, Karachi Congress session in 1931. So Karachi, today Karachi is in Pakistan. There, one Congress session held. There also, they thoroughly discussed the Congress session how our constitution should look like. And Motilal Nehru also incorporated so many rights which were to be given to the citizens of India. These two documents, they were all written, and the Karachi Congress session, the talks were also written in the form of document. Motilal Nehru Constitution and Karachi Congress session, so that document, both of them, they helped a lot for the constitution framers to write the constitution. This is one point, and this is second point, and the next third point. Yes. These both the documents, that Nehru Constitution and Karachi Congress session, they thoroughly discussed about the universal adult franchise, right to freedom and the right to equality and to protect the rights of the minority in the Constitution of Independent India. Thus, some basic values were accepted by the leaders much before the Constituent Assembly was framed. So they already decided what were the rights to be given to the citizen, what type of government was to be established, how minorities were to be protected. All these things they were already discussed. So before the formation of Constituent Assembly, in that way Constituent Assembly had taken all the discussion points while writing the Constitution. And another third point which helped for the writing the finest constitution in India, Government of India Act 1935. Please listen carefully, my dear children. So British government introduced one law. It was called as a Government of India Act in 1935. So in this, according to 1935 Government of India Act, in India elections were conducted. Totally 11 provincial councils were there, elections were conducted, many Indians were given the right to contest in the election, and many of them they contested and entered into the legislature. Totally 11 provincial legislature were there. Indians, they got elected, many of them they went inside. Of course they were not purely democratic, but Indians who went inside the legislature and observed all the the discussions and deliberations, they got a lot of experience. That the experience was incorporated while writing the constitution. In this way, their participation in the legislature so proved to be very useful for the country in setting up its own institution. Yes, fourth point. So, what were the factors which helped for the formation of the Indian Constitution? Fourth point, Indian Constitution frameworks highly inspired by the many countries of the world. They studied different countries' constitution. So, they studied American Constitution, Britain Constitution, France, Russia, almost all the countries they studied. Whatever the factor, whatever value which was suited to India, they had taken and incorporated in Indian Constitution. My dear children, so they have taken from the France, America, Switzerland, many countries they have taken so many values. That means Indian leaders did not simply imitating other constitutions of the world. They were, before incorporating, they were discussing, questioning, deliberating, and after that, if they felt that it was suiting to India, then only they were adding in the Indian Constitution. In this, other country constitutions also helped in framing the Indian Constitution. Yes. Then the formation of the Constituent Assembly. So to write Indian Constitution, when the Constituent Assembly was formed under the presidency of, so who was the president of the Constituent Assembly? Yes, you have to find out the answer from that. Babu Rajendra Prasad was the president of the Constituent Assembly, and the drafting committee was formed under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And elections were held in July 1946. How members were chosen? Through election they were chosen, not simply. And from the different areas of India, that members of the Constituent Assembly, they were represented from all the areas of India, all the community of India, different languages of India. In this way, Constituent Assembly, it was a very systematic assembly which was formed in 1946. Yes. So, 1946, then this Constituent Assembly systematically worked, and lastly they designed a very beautiful constitution. This constitution was adopted when? So on 26th November 1949. Sorry, here 46 is there. It has to be become on 26th November 1949. Our Indian Constitution was adopted. But when it came into force on January 26th, 1950. After 2 months, 1950, January 26th, our Constitution came into force. That day has been celebrated throughout the country every year as Republican Day. Every year. Yes. Then now Constitution prepared, now we were following. So more than 60 years over, still the same Constitution has been followed. How is it possible? In many countries of the world, they rewritten the Constitution many times. Okay, some of them, old Constitution they modified, changed, lot of changes. Okay, but in India it was not happened. Here and there only modifications were done. Okay, but the same Constitution we have been following. So how is it possible? So why we accepted the Constitution which was prepared? So after almost 60, 70 years ago. The reason was, number one, the Constitution does not reflect the views of the members of the alone. It expresses a broad consensus of the at that time. The Constitution Assembly, it was represented ideas of the members alone, represented the ideas of all the people of the country. Next, over the last half a century, several groups have questioned some provisions of the Constitution, but no large social group or political party has ever questioned the legitimacy of the Constitution itself. Means, so over the 60 years, here and there, some of them they questioned some provisions of the Constitution. But so no political party or majority of the people they did not question about the legitimacy of the constitution. They accepted our Indian constitution. That is the reason still our constitution, so it is very effectively followed. Yes. So another reason for the acceptance. The second reason is Constituent Assembly represented the people of India. Of course, there was no universal adult franchise at that time. Not chosen directly by all the people of India, but even though our Constituent Assembly represented the all people of India, not individual. It was also elected mainly by the members of the existing provincial legislature. This ensured a fair geographical share of members from all the regions of the country. Yes. So another one of the reasons for acceptance of our constitution even after the completion of more than 60 years. The third point, the assembly was dominated by Indian National Congress. In Constitution Assembly, majority Indian National Congress members were there. But other than that, many other political party people were also there in the Constituent Assembly. But the Congress itself included a variety of political groups and opinions. In social terms too, the Assembly represented members from different language groups, caste, classes, religious and occupation. As I told, in Constituent Assembly, different caste people were there, different religious people were there. It was the assembly of different leaders who represented the whole India. And fourth, another point to accept the Indian Constitution even after the 60 years. More than that, finally the manner in which the Constitution Assembly worked. How Constitution Assembly worked to write the Constitution, not simply sitting somewhere and they wrote. In manner, systematically, the Constituent Assembly worked in a systematic, open and constitutional manner. First, the basic principles were decided and agreed upon. Then drafting committee chaired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar prepared a draft constitution for discussion. Then several rounds thorough discussion took place on the draft constitution, class by class. More than 2,000 amendments were considered and discussed. The members deliberated, constitutional assembly members, 299 were there, they deliberated and discussed for 114 days, spread over 3 years. They had taken 3 years, my dear children. Every document presented and every word spoken in the Constituent Assembly has been recorded and preserved. These are called Constitutional Assembly debate. Constitution Assembly debate. When printed, these debates are in 12 bulky volumes now which are available with our parliament. These debates provide the rationale behind every provision of the constitution. These are used to interpret the meaning of the constitution today. Yes. So along with that, constitution writers, and they had also got a lot of help from our great leaders. For example, Mahatma Gandhi, he was not the member of Constituent Assembly, but he was writing his ideas how our constitution should look like in his paper Young India. And constitutional assembly members, they read the dreams and aspirations, promises expressed by great leaders, and their ideologies, their values were also incorporated in the constitution. So Gandhiji, so this was one of the letter. So one of the articles written in this paper, Young India, there he gave a more importance, the poor people, the workers, they were to be taken into care. And this is Dr. Ambedkar, while writing the constitution, he also expressed, he was very concerned about the depressed caste people, and he told that all people were to be economically made equal along with the political equality. So in this way he also expressed his ideas. Nehru also tries with destiny. So he also expressed, he was a great believer of socialist ideas. In this way, the great leaders, different occasions, they express their ideas how our constitution should look like before getting freedom to India. Their all ideas were incorporated in the newly written constitution, my dear children. So in this way, so many points helped to write the Constitution of India. Ours is the largest constitution even after the 60 years, So almost all the people of India, they have got a lot of faith on Indian constitution. We wholeheartedly accepted the constitution. We following wholeheartedly also. My dear children, we can look here, some of the photos are there. So they are the members of the Constituent Assembly. Out of total 299 members were there, Some of the members' photo given in the textbook, the same thing I have been showing. You can see that Kannayalal, Maniklal Munshi, Bhimrao, Ramji Ambedkar, and Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sarojini Naidu, Vallabhbhai Patel, Abdul Kalam Azad, T.T. Krishnamachari, Rajendra Prasad, Jaipal Singh, he was from Jharkhand. So they were all important members of the Constituent Assembly. And so you can see that Durgabai Deshmukh, so many ladies members were there. Among them she was also very prominent, and Baldev Singh and H.C. Mukherjee and Somnath, so Lahiri, so they were all worked with dedication and commitment to write a constitution. My dear children, in this way, very beautiful constitution they prepared, very valuable constitution, so drawn out in our country, written, and that explains in preamble how our constitution is. This is preamble of our constitution. So you have to read this preamble of constitution given in our textbook. Just let me read. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thoughts, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to procure all to the citizen of India, fraternity, assuring the dignity of individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, we adopted actually. So we adopted to hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this constitution. Our constitution, so we accepted on 26th November 1949. So what do you mean by, so we the people of India, what do you mean by sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, fraternity, equality, liberty, justice, republic? All these values were enshrined so in the constitution. My dear children, you should have to thoroughly read and try to understand. Then so can constitution be amended? Amended means modification. Can our Indian constitution be amended within the changing time? Yes. Our constitution framers, they are given an opportunity to change the constitution, amend the constitution with the changing ideas, with the changing time. And those who crafted Indian constitution, those who drafted Indian constitution felt that it has to be in accordance with the people aspiration and so changes in the society. They did not see constitution as a sacred, static and unalterable law. So they made provisions to incorporate changes from time to time. These changes are called as a constitutional amendments. So our constitution can be modified, but it was not so easy to modify, and very complex procedure so is there, but it can be modified with the aspiration of so modern people. Yes, my dear children, so I will be concluding so my lesson, my discussion with you with one of the photo. This is a very rare photo. So you can identify Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar is there, and Rajendra Prasad. All 299 members were there. This was the photo taken at the time. This was the photo of our Constituent Assembly members. With this, so I conclude my class. I hope that you understood how Constitution of South Africa designed. What were the difficulties did they face? Now it is called as a rainbow country. Very wonderful constitution they prepared. At the same time, how our leaders framed the constitution, our Constituent Assembly framed. How did they write the constitution? What were the difficulties they faced? What were the factors they got while writing the constitution? Can Indian constitution be modified or amended? For all these questions, from what is constitution to whether constitution can be modified in India. So until then we thoroughly discussed. I hope that and you understood the concept. Thank you my dear children. Thank you one and all. Thank you.